Oh, here we are again now, and it's like no time has passed. Gazing out upon the sunset as it sinks into the night. Many times it seemed as though a given day might be our last. Face to face with certain death, it's somehow coming out alright. I don't think that we have any cause to lament, but there's quite a lot of thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent.
As your adventuring party escapes the hypercube, from another one of the doors, a wave of iron steel just crashes through, bulging at the hinges and spilling across the ground. The paladins of Steel Point all enter the cube and look around. Where'd they go? They start to split up and open doors. This one opens this door, flipping up and falling out of this one. This one tries to open the door on the ground. One looks for the missing portcullis on the wall. they all begin to spread out throughout the room. How'd they leave? Anybody know?
This
boss?
paladin looks through a door. Oh, hey Dave, I can see you through here. He waves.
Boss, this guy over here raises a hand, yeah? Points at this door, which seems to be connected to somewhere else. Oh. He reaches into his cloak and actually pulls out something. It appears to be a long sort of silver pendant, in sort of like an ornament of the order. Near the end of it is a bit of molten metal that constantly drips away towards the ground. He walks back over to the door and presses it against it, and with a hiss, the door, which was connected to Dave's door, begins to relocate. And instead of connecting to this room within Crowhenge, the same ugly, brutalistic metal of Steel Point appears in front of it. I'm going to get more backup. You guys go after him, I guess. Remember, walks through. Castle's on our side now. He walks out, and the paladins begin their pursuit. So mechanically, let's talk about what's happening. This is going to be a chase scene. The chase will get more dire over the course of the this adventure, let's call it. And your goal is to set down rooms immediately in front of yourself that you are both familiar with, so you can traverse easily, but that would pose a difficulty for other people passing through. Functionally, this is a synthesis of everything that you practiced on the way over here, both conquering the dungeon and constructing traps. So, your job is to slow down the paladins behind you as you progress through the castle. You three place down the card for the sand chamber and begin to travel through the castle, one that's already somewhat familiar to you. After all, you cleared this room before. You know its ins and outs and its tricks, and you've actually custom modified this one with special traps already. On reflection, you did make it easier for that group of adventurers. So, yeah,
First things first,
traps.
Chardonnay, don't move.
Okay.
And as you walk into this room, you feel the castle hiss and shudder behind you. Gregor, more than anyone else, you feel something in your bones, like this place is turning against you. The walls begin to shift and shudder, the roots in the ground wiggling like that shrubbery room you made. Slightly
Ew.
spooky.
And edges away
immediately
from the roots.
Immediately behind, you hear the stomping, the clumping of armor. You're being chased.
Okay, I know the castle has always been evil, but now I think it's against us too.
No kidding?
Were we bad?
Chardonnay, you are incapable of moral bad.
Well, thank goodness for that. What about you?
Let's just say I've done some stuff in my life. Anyway, you guys hear that clanking, right?
Yeah.
That's armor clanking, right, Gregor? You're our
That's
armor
definitely
guy.
being chased clanking.
Yeah, okay, cool. So let's...
Well, we won't be chased until we start running. But
Well,
I think we should start
probably
running.
start running. let's unmodify this room as much as we can. Marcus throws an eldritch blast at the keg and attempts to dislodge it from the wall so that it just falls down into the sandpit.
The keg begins to sink into the sandpit. Anybody thinking about it?
I am pointedly not thinking about anything.
Probably lava.
Okay, so you watch as the keg touches down in the middle of the sand, and it begins to tip up on its back, and then you watch as the spigot at the end begins to spin rapidly, and you hear a hiss sound as bing, bing,
No.
little bits of a hyper-pressurized molten rock begin to fly
Okay,
out
shit.
the
Go
top.
across the roots, guys, along the wall. Ready? Go. I'll go
Okay.
last. I have a plan.
Did Chardonnay just make a bomb?
Marcus takes out a flask of highly flammable oil as he starts making his way across and starts soaking each root in turn as he makes his way across.
It finally begins to crack and crumble open.
Go.
The metal running like liquid
Oh.
as lava begins to just pour out into the sand room.
I might have made a mistake.
Rapidly hardening into glass. One of the embers impacts one of the roots and it just catches fire. You barely make it to the door as you hear someone else throw it open and immediately begin cursing and gagging on the noxious fumes.
Well, wait. I also wanted to throw out an eldritch blast to break some of that glass into jagged shards.
Oh,
Ooh.
perfect.
Like as we're moving through.
You guys don't even know who's chasing you.
Yeah.
Chardonnay as you walk out. Well, thank goodness it wasn't oil.
Chardonnay, you close the door behind you and hear a boom. As you clear the room, you pick up a card and place it against the door and charge through to the next one. And immediately as you go in, you hear a click as something pressurizes under your foot.
Oh.
I know that kind of click.
Yeah, me too. Don't move, Chardonnay.
But
Oh, you
banana.
guys were chasing me.
Chardonnay, don't move.
From behind a stall covered in various pot, pan, and jar mimics, Harlock sits, arm trained at the door, ready. She relaxes slightly on seeing you.
Oh, you're still
Hey.
alive.
Yeah, we're being chased. Also, you're still alive. That's good. Hi.
Yeah, debatable. We should probably get out of here.
It's not. You're breathing. I can see you breathing. Okay,
No, I mean, if it's
what's
good.
what's the trigger weight of this pressure plate we've just stepped on? I need to know to the nearest half pound.
I think you should just leave Chardonnay there and move on without her.
No. I refuse. I don't carry these bags of sand around for no reason, Harlock.
I miss Boy Harlock. He was nice.
Wait, what?
All right, Chardonnay, you're coming with me. Gregor scoops up Chardonnay on his back.
Marcus jumps onto the pressure plate as her foot leaves it.
Marcus, give me a d20 roll. You have had these variously sized and weighted bags of sand on you just for such an occasion from the beginning
I got
of the campaign.
I got a 7, Jay. I got
Have
a
you
7.
been planning to fight against
Lucky
me all
number
this time?
7.
Okay. You know, as a reward for literally specifying on your character sheet 6 years ago that Marcus carries different bags of sand of various weights specifically to trip pressure plates,
It's important,
it's
dude.
fine. It's important. Yeah,
It's an
go for it.
adventuring thing. Marcus takes out a few bags of sand, places them carefully on the pressure plate, and then absconds quickly away from it. You guys too. Come on.
Go.
It's like you've been waiting for this moment for your entire life.
Yeah, you know what? I was just thinking the same thing, and it's kind of true. It feels like I've really it's like this is a moment of passage, a rite of passage.
We can wait for our entire lives later. We've got to go.
You forgot your bag.
Right. No, Chardonnay, no. Meanwhile,
Speaking of Harlock's brother, on a nearby plane, Emil tries to put some space between himself and that twisted monstrosity of a castle. He stops looking at piles of just viscera, what was clearly once paladins, in the middle of this salt flat, and looks down at them, looks back at the castle, thinks, kinda stretches. Damn it. Slowly begins to drag his way back.
Oh, he's not going to pick up any of that pre-seasoned meat medley?
He'll pick up almost in character. He reaches down and picks up some of the pre-seasoned meat medley.
Yeah.
Perhaps a useful tool in the dungeon to come.
It's not.
Before your very eyes, the cards you hold that represent the rooms begin to combust and reconfigure themselves as another howl spreads throughout the castle. Something dire's happening here, and you almost feel, oof. You feel a note as if played on an organ, like a clarion call from somewhere deep within the castle resonates through your bones. What should be a holy or purifying sound is instead just stomach churning. You watch as the cards begin to contort for a moment, fire licking at their edges, and then they reset, same as always, but they're different. The rooms you had have been completely re-scrambled. Without much time to think about that, you quickly choose a card and place down the pendulum room.
As the howl lets out, too, Marcus pulls out his pitch pipe and tries to find what note it is.
Ooh, I think it is a U with an umlaut.
Ooh, the darkest note.
Minor, right? You umlaut minor?
Yeah, the umlaut minor.
Weird.
Yes, you go into the pendulum room almost immediately. This one was a rather simple trap from your very, very first trip into the dungeon. It's very clearly marked on the ground where the pendulum swings, and you watch as it takes these ugly, slow arcs that'll never catch anyone off guard. You remember the adventurer was cut in half here like an idiot.
Oh, shit,
Oops.
that's right.
This room's got bones.
Yep.
It does have bones.
Literally.
You see some bones in the pit.
Bones.
Bones!
Bones.
Oh
Bones.
no,
Bones.
bones.
Okay, should we skirt across the wall? Should we make this more difficult somehow?
You guys go ahead. Give me like 10 minutes.
Do you want help?
Wait,
No.
10 minutes? We don't have 10 minutes.
I mean,
Okay.
make it 2.
That's the Harlock I know.
Boy, Harlock was a lot nicer.
Come on, Chard. Hold my hand.
Thank you, Gregor. Thank you. I appreciate the chaperoning responsibility you have.
This reminds me when I was helping the kids in the Outriders walk across the chasm over the spikes.
Hey, Chardonnay, how old are you?
She thinks for a moment. 23.
Oh. Okay, that's about what I thought, actually.
Cool. She just her eyes blink one at a time.
Oh, no.
The end of the evolutionary chain.
Anyways, I've got a lot of extra gunpowder I don't need. She just throws a huge bag of gunpowder down below.
I can use
That
that.
was-
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's slowing me down big time.
Where did you get that?
Why isn't it in bullets?
Harlock is going to take the 2 minutes to clean up the room completely and hide the pendulum.
Beautiful.
Okay.
It certainly looks nicer.
Marcus, actually, before you hide it, I think Marcus wants to try and set a few delayed Eldritch Blasts along one end of the pendulum so that it, explodes and blitzes it out even faster.
And Harlock's going to strap a
Oh,
bomb
that's
on there,
dope.
too.
Beautiful. Beautiful. This is teamwork right here.
Stay close
Oh.
to me, Chardonnay.
Okay. What if we hit the top of the pendulum? That way, when it comes out the first time and hits something, it then isn't on an axis anymore. It just kind of whips around the room.
I'm shocked that you know what an axis is.
A what?
No, Chardonnay. It's only one axe.